Bienvenidos y bienvenidas a la Zumpuliche Interview con Jhon Jatenjor.
I actually prepared something in Spanish.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh, I feel bad.
A short introduction.
Please.
Okay. Hola, mi nombre es Flora Cheng. Soy una compositora de música para cine de Los Ángeles, California.
Yeah.
Estoy
Bien.
muy contenta de estar aquí. Gracias por invitarme. Am I saying it right? I don't know.
Oh,
Genial.
right. Amazing.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh, I feel bad. My background is music, but it's just metal music. I need a background like John and César with your music. Y que estoy diciendo que mi fondo era de metal, necesito el fondo de ustedes.
Bueno, ya pronto vamos a innovar.
Okay, Flora, first, John and us we want to tell you that talking bad with Darwin Reina, a great friend, a great filmmaker, a great friend of yours and from the channel, he said that we will expect more from you in film festivals, we will expect more from you in big movies, and he said, and I hope so, that even in the Oscars. But I will, John, creo que era una preguntita, regálamela. But Flor, what do you think about this? I'm still in a question. What do you think about this kind of industry looking to female composers that are amazing? I love female composers, but sometimes the industry doesn't give the value. Of course, Hildur Gunnadottir won the Oscar, and the boss said that you probably will be one of the nominated. I don't know. What do you think about that? What do you think? Why the industry takes so much time to look to female composers? Even, for example, I love Michiru Yamane. I love all these female composers from all the backgrounds. Tell us.
So it is not easy for female composers because it is mostly male dominated industry or path, I should say. So in a way, we really have to stand out to the point to get recognition. So in a way, it pushes me to work harder. And I mean, I'm not complaining. It's obviously sometimes very hard to get a job because it's not easy. Just for women, sometimes the director will prefer to work with men. It's a very strange thing. Just because they are used to it, they are not used to listening to female directing music in a way. So in a sense, I really have to showcase my work to tell everyone, I'm experienced. And of course, I would different projects is they're all different, so I will have to learn and adapt. But I know what I'm talking about, and then you can trust me with the work. So in a way, I learned a lot just being a female composer, and hopefully, I don't know, one day I get recognized more. Yeah.
This is the space from starting recognition. So you are in the right place. I will translate. Bueno, John, gracias porque pues le dije eso a Flora y me permitiste hacer una pregunta. Bueno, le pregunté qué opina con esta, digamos, esta mirada de la industria hacia mujeres compositoras, pues después del Oscar que ganó Hildur Gunnadottir, ¿no? Que por qué la industria se demoró tanto. Ella dice que es muy complicado porque sigue siendo no solo una industria, sino como que un camino que observa siempre a hombres compositores. No sé si es porque tal vez se sienten más cómodos trabajando con ella, que dice que no se siente incómoda. Le dije, y acá pues ella dice que por eso ella quiere mostrar más. Ya le dije que este es el espacio perfecto para que nos muestre su talento y que yo creo que con esto ahí le corto para comenzar porque yo creo que este es el mejor comienzo, ¿no?
Claro, esto es el mejor comienzo. Además, si diste una pregunta totalmente muy buena. Y bueno, Explora, vamos a iniciar con preguntarle sobre esa partitura musical en Speak Softly. Speak Softly es considerado como una de las historias más reveladoras y realistas referente a la esquizofrenia. Y la pregunta es, ¿cómo la música puede como ser una, como una medicina o un mecanismo de relajación a aquellas personas que padecen esa enfermedad?
Okay, Flora, we are going to talk about your work, your partiture in Speed Softly. This is a movie that talks about a very delicate issue that is schizophrenia. So John wants to know, and myself as a schizophrenic, we want to know how music can heal or can, I don't know, mix with this kind of subjects as a therapy or as a background.
Yeah, so this particular short is more on the dark comedy side, dark comedy. So it's not going through like the serious route. So it's trying to make things for better turn. So the character in the movie, in the short film, you can hear he has all these voices in his head. Different schizophrenia have different symptoms, and for him, he has voices inside his head. So when I was making the music, I wasn't concentrating on making beautiful sound, because I was trying to picture in myself in that scenario. If I'm hearing all these voices telling me what to do, I think my head will be very clouded. So in that sense, I use more of a darker synth, more wind and more distortion sound when the character is talking or hearing voices. And because this is a dark comedy, there are a lot of tracks that's more lighthearted, more happy. But when he was hearing voices, the music would change. So the director was very specific. Cooper, he told me, yeah, because it's very, the environment is supposed to be more uplifting. So most of the music are very relaxing until he was having an episode of hearing voices, and then that changes. So it really depends on what the directors want. And then I usually have my input, and then he will give me the feedback.
Vaya, increíble respuesta, John. Empezaré de atrás, porque pues hay que resaltar que este es un trabajo que hizo con Cooper Pagano. Tú sabes bien que Cooper ha sido un colaborador constante con Flora, y que Cooper le dio, digamos, como ciertas direcciones, pero le dejó también que ella colocara su punto de vista. ¿Por qué? Porque es que en este corto, a pesar de tratar este tema, es una comedia oscura, muy oscura de hecho. Entonces, digamos que ella define que en este trabajo la música tiende a ser incluso relajada hasta que el personaje empieza a tener voces en su cabeza. El personaje principal, al manejar estas voces, ella usa, wow, increíble esa respuesta, ella usa sintetizadores oscuros, muchos instrumentos de viento, y resulta que digamos que cada voz maneja, digamos, una partitura distinta, que ella dice que pues sí, que entiende nuestra pregunta, pero que gracias al acercamiento que tiene el director, ella no quiso manejar, digamos, como música que sanara, sino al contrario, era una música que iba muy acorde a los personajes y a una comedia oscura.
Eso sí es una muy buena aclaración. Eso se lo agradecemos a Flora porque es algo muy bueno. Y ahí es donde yo llego, acorde a los personajes. Entonces, También significaría, y puedo hacerle esta pregunta de cómo se involucra el público, nosotros, con la música.
Okay, Flora, John wants to thank you for the answer because it's very declaratory.
Okay, so that's really that's a tough one because everybody feels music differently. So a lot of times when I make music and I put it in the film, and sometimes I would actually mute the music and watch the film again, and then unmute the music, see if it fits. And like I said, a lot of times I have to put myself in the situation, and I will have to think, okay, if this person is sad or depressed, what is this person sad about? Is it about somebody that passed away? Or was this person sad because he or she got a bad grade from school? Or, something traumatic happened to to his or her family? And, there are different levels of like emotion. So based on that, I have to decide, okay, what kind of music I should be writing it. If the sadness is caused by depression, then maybe the music will be slightly darker than something maybe tragic. Let's say, your child passed away, and that will be more dramatic, emotional. So there are different levels, like I said. Same thing with happiness. Is this person happy because, I saw a puppy and I'm very happy? Or I'm happy because, I want something or something good happened to me or something. So then there are different levels of happiness. There was a film that I did. It was about this tattoo artist. He's a really nice guy, but he has tattoo all over his face. And he basically enjoy going to the temple and then pray, and he feels enlightened. So that level of happiness will be more peaceful. So it wasn't like exciting, like, oh, I just got a puppy. So it really depends on different levels. So I really have to dive into the story and dive into the character to see which route I should take to make the music more adaptable to the film. Yes.
No, don't worry. Do you remember the name of that film or not?
That one is called Face Value.
Thank you.
Yeah, Face Value. And if you go on my website, the tracks is actually mixed in with Speak Softly, the film that you were talking about earlier. The reason was because both directors, they are friends, and then the movie Face Value doesn't have many tracks, so then we decided to just put it all together in the same album.
Porque de hecho nos da una especie como de secreto. En la página de ella resulta que la banda sonora de Speed Softly está mezclada con la banda sonora de otra película. No sé si vas a preguntar ahorita sobre Face Value, porque ella ahorita nos habló en la respuesta de esa cinta. Resulta que, bueno, ambas películas no tener muchos tracks, pues el director de Face Value, Stefan Winowski, es amigo de Cooper, entonces ellos decidieron mezclar las bandas sonoras. Bueno, eso es un dato para ahorita visitar. Eso está en un álbum que obviamente sé que lo vamos a escuchar. ¿Y por qué hablo de Face Value? Ella dice que tiene un método muy, muy bueno para lograr lo que tú preguntabas. Ella primero, bueno, ella compone las piezas, pero ella primero apaga, pone en mute, enmudece la música y ve la película así, sin música. Y luego hace todo lo contrario. Enmudece la película y coloca la música para darse cuenta si las emociones que quiso expresar son las correctas. Por ejemplo, Face Value el personaje, que es un hombre tatuado, que es muy es un tatuador, pero que también es muy espiritual. Ya se ve muy malo, pero en realidad es muy bueno. Hay una escena donde él va a un templo y se emociona, pero ella dice que ese tipo de emoción, de esa felicidad que él siente al ver el templo, no es la misma emoción de, digamos, un personaje que está feliz porque vio un perrito. Igual, ella dice, la emoción de una persona que en la escena acaba de perder a un ser querido no es la misma tristeza a una persona que, por ejemplo, perdió una materia en el colegio. Entonces, que medir esos niveles lo hace con esa técnica, pues buenísima. Ella le baja volumen a su música y ve la película y después le baja volumen a la película y escucha la música. Nada, hay que entrar a la página de ella y escuchar este álbum.
La de Face Value no es la de Ian McCall, la del tatuador, que
Sí,
todo
sí,
es, o sea, eso
sí.
es interesante. Me gustaría que, no sé, que nos comente un poco más sobre ella.
Basically, it's more like a documentary short. He is a tattoo artist. The main character, he is a tattoo artist, and his name is Ian McNone. He pretty much tattooed his entire face and have body modification, just a little bit, on the earrings, but like it's really big, and but he is actually a very nice guy. He just enjoy using his face as a canvas. So, and he always constantly gets judged by people because of how he looks. And but he kind of takes on this spiritual journey, and like I said, he went to temple and then just I wouldn't say pray, because pray is more, I feel like you're praying to something, but he just praying for peacefulness and enlightenment. So yeah, so basically in short, it's just about him achieving that level of like enlightenment, and not worrying too much about how other people think. And he's still tattooing people, and he's just still continue doing his art. So that's what the short about.
Thank you. Bueno, John, acá Flora nos da una muy buena sinopsis de la película. Sí, claro, es la historia de Ian Robert McNaughton. Él es un artista del tatuaje que literal presta su rostro para que pinten sobre él. Y es más, tiene unos expansores muy grandes en las orejas y es juzgado por la sociedad, pero él decide emprender una especie de viaje espiritual, y él no es que rece, porque generalmente no es que le ore a un dios, sino que él llega al templo y pide, y más bien ora por la paz. Dice que es un proyecto muy interesante, y ahí con eso nos lo resume.
Gracias. Bueno, buenas noches a Flora. Y pues bueno, mi pregunta va relacionada con este disco que es ICARUS. Ella comenta que está inspirado en la leyenda mitológica de Ícaro. Quisiera preguntarle qué fue lo hermoso que encontró en esta leyenda, en la leyenda de Ícaro, que le inspiró a crear este disco, ICARUS.
Well, so when I first decided to write many tracks together and create the album, the music comes first. The character comes later. So a lot of times I kind of have to feel the emotion, and then eventually I create the story from it. So I wrote the first few tracks first, and then I said, okay, I'm gonna make this album into a journey. And I just started thinking about Greek mythology, and I feel like my music will fit very well with Icarus's journey, which will be him being trapped and then eventually escaped with his father. But later on, it's very tragic because the wings that they built melted because he flew too close to the sun and then fell into the ocean, and he fell to his death pretty much. So basically the music starts with maybe sunrise and then it gets more intense, more sad because he was trapped in the tower. And then he starts to take flight because he escaped with his father. And then the music started to get more grim and depressed because he fell into the ocean. And then so the music gets a little darker. And towards the end, my last track, second from the last track, is called Icarus's Lament. That means it's a song for mourning Icarus's death. And then the track after is called A New Beginning. So his death is not the end, So that's pretty much a whole album. And I do have some music video that I want to share later. So go ahead.
Bueno, primero empiezo desde atrás. John ahorita ya va a compartirnos el video musical de Ícaro, entonces por favor búscalo o deja que ella lo comparta, porque este álbum, César, yo le dije a ella que yo iba a hacer la tarea de escucharlo porque lo escribió de esta manera. Bueno, yo sé que tú lo oíste. Dice que ella primero compone y luego sí piensa en el personaje. Entonces, listo, sí, está basado en la leyenda de Ícaro, pero ella primero compuso la música.
Ok.
Y después esto sí fue pensando, dijo, siento que, o sea, digamos que ella compuso las piezas y después se dio cuenta, vaya, estas piezas pueden servir para la leyenda de Ícaro. Entonces, digamos, por eso, todos los detalles, ¿no? Obviamente, ¿no? Está atrapado en la torre, entonces hay unas piezas que rememoran esta torre, hay unas piezas que son tristes, pues, porque hablan de pues, lo que él siente, luego lo del escape, entonces hay unas piezas que son mucho más fuertes, y después dice que en los últimos 2 tracks, que no recuerdo el nombre, el último track no habla de una muerte como tal, habla tal vez de una esperanza, de tal vez que él vuelva a renacer.
De renacer, ok.
Oh,
Casi
genial.
como un fénix.
Okay.
And the end.
Mi siguiente pregunta es por un corto documental del año pasado que se llama Let There Be Color. Es un corto documental que trata sobre la primera marcha del orgullo gay que fue en Sarajevo del año pasado. Quisiera que nos hablara sobre, bueno, hizo la composición de la música y quisiera que por favor nos hablara sobre ese proyecto, Let There Be Color.
Okay, Flora, please tell us more about your participation in the project Let There Be Color, because this is a very edgy subject about the first Pride March in Sarajevo. So tell us about your participation and this project in general.
Well, let's talk about how I met the director first. Yeah, his name is Otto, and we basically met like on Instagram. And at the time, we just kind of like each other's projects and the stuff that I'm doing, all the stuff that I posted. And then he reached back to me saying that he is traveling because he's filming Let There Be Colors, and it's a very important subject because it doesn't get recognized around that area. So he said if I was interested, and I said, yeah, definitely. So I didn't know what to expect because I thought I already knew about, the gay pride and all of that. I thought I already know. But then there are some parts of countries that still not very open on the topic. So it was interesting to see the documentary and do the music for it. Unfortunately, I can't really show you guys. I can show you a little trailer from my Instagram, but because it's still in, I think, festivals, and then they want to publish the movies, so I won't be able to show you the movie yet. And but it's really quite interesting to learn. There are two sides where people are very open about it, and then people are still disrespect anyone who came out. So yeah, and what happened was the director listened to Failures to Flight, the music that I just showed you, and decided that, can you make that into a cello, just a cello track? And so I did. So he asked one of his friend to play cello in the movie that with my music. So I can actually show you guys again if you don't mind. Do you want to? Yeah.
No, just do it.
Okay. All right. So
John, ¿va a compartirnos algo? ¿Ya te traduzco?
okay.
Es el tráiler.
Okay.
Neko je jednom rekao, ne postoji lijek za ljubav, treba više voljeti. Šta je sa mržnjom? Postoji li lijek za mržnju? I zašto ne može biti isto? Voljeti više.
The same track that you are listening to, but just for cello. Of course, in the movie, it's a lot longer. This is just the trailer. So I always love doing documentary films because I get to learn about things that I thought I knew or something I don't know. And then after doing a documentary film, and I learned so much more about the topic. And so this project is, very special to me, just because these are real people that have experiencing suppression, and also hate from the world. and it's not easy for them to come out. So every year when they have the march, it's a very big deal. So it was quite interesting to do the documentary for it. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, thank you for share us your answer and this little bit from this subject. It's a very important subject. I will tell you something. Right now in Colombia we are in riots, protesting, and it's interesting because yeah, against the government, but it's interesting because the LGBT community and more the trans people are the one that are uh, in some kind the leaders from this protest, and they're amazing. And it's sad because in Colombia we got transphobia and all this kind of homophobia, but these people really got courage. And, and I will tell you later about the riots in Colombia, but first your answer, very beautiful answer, thank you. Esto, bueno, yo le estaba comentando a Flora, me tomé el atrevimiento de no solo las protestas en Colombia, sino de que la comunidad LGBTI y más que todos los trans se han convertido en una especie de líderes, ¿no? O sea, ellos están marchando, están liderando, están haciendo performance en un país donde pues todavía se está viviendo homofobia y transfobia. Y es interesante porque este documental, esa pieza que están escuchando es lo único que nos puede mostrar porque siguen festivales. O sea, tú sabes muy bien que hay muchas reglas. Sí. Y esa pieza es la misma que nos había mostrado antes, solo en cello. ¿Por qué? Resulta que al director lo conoció, bueno, ellos, el director Ado Hasanovic, la contactó por Instagram y escuchó esas piezas. Dijo, quiero tener esa partitura, pero solo para tocarla en cello para mi documental. Y dijo, bien, pero ella no sabía todavía que era el documental. Resulta que sí, en esta parte del mundo, en Sarajevo, ahorita se había realizado la primera marcha de orgullo gay, orgullo LGBTI, y pues ella dice que le fascina este proyecto y le fascina trabajar en documentales, pues porque muestra temas muy, muy humanos, que ella puede, pues, digamos, ilustrar después con su música. O sea, esta artista que toca cello no es de allá de Sarajevo, ¿no? No es, digamos, cercana a ella, y la música de ella pues tomó este rol muy, muy importante en un tema pues que ella dice que es increíble que haya países, o sea, que esta es la primera marcha, o sea, ya están siendo muy, muy oprimidos por este gobierno, y nada, que es un proyecto muy especial para ella.
Wow. Eso es muy bueno.
Muchas gracias. Sí.
Gracias por compartirlo, Flora.
Mi siguiente pregunta es por una frase que ella tiene, que es: la música debe sacar a relucir la atmósfera de una película. Quisiera preguntarle cómo aplica esto en las películas de terror.
I don't know the main phrase, but Cesar has read that you said that the most important thing about music is the atmosphere, something like that. And he wants to know that how can you apply that for one of our favorite subjects, that is horror movies, terror movies, that creating atmospheres with music. I hope I had said the phrase well, or you can say the phrase.
Because without the music, it doesn't enhance the feeling each subject would have. With documentary, it's sometimes it's boring just to see people walking around and talking. So with music, you actually you don't even notice. A good film composer would write music to enhance the dialogue rather than overpower the film. Okay, so that's the difference between film writer, film score composer, than a composer that just write music maybe for orchestra, for pop, selling singles, CDs. There's a difference. So, my job is to make the film look good. So when you watch a movie, if you don't notice the music is there, but you can still sense it's there, that means the composer did a good job, because he or she is not overpowering the movie. So if you do notice it, sometimes it can be bad. Sometimes like, oh, that sounds terrible, or it doesn't fit. So that will stand out in the wrong way. So on that note, I actually have some other stuff to show. We can talk about Toe or Darwin's movie, Sven Gunnar, and all of that too. So go
No,
ahead.
show us, please.
All right. So
John
give
nos va
me.
lo bueno es que nos va a compartir, está buenísimo. Y creo
Alright.
que va a compartir algo que ya conoces.
Mm.
¿Escuchaste? Algo
Alright.
que yo creo que le va a gustar muchísimo a uno de nuestros amigos del canal, pero vamos a ver.
Where you going? I'll help you. I'll drop you. Where you want to go?
Okay. Well, thank you so much. It's really hard to get a taxi in this town.
No problem. Hop in.
Really?
Oh, Darwin Reina. Sven, Johnny Johansson. Shit.
So that one, without the music, it would sound really weird. It would just be a guy randomly like laughing, like ha ha ha, and then you'll be watching. It's like, this is weird, you know. So you need the music to enhance that he something's wrong with him. He's crazy. He's trying to kill people, kidnapping people and kill them. And a lot of times when you watch trailer like this, you don't even pay attention to the music. You can feel the intensity. So unless I say, hey, listen to the music, then you will realize, oh yeah, the music, you know. So this without the sound, it's very weird. So it would just be random laughing, blood splatter sounds, and then more laughing, and that's it. So that's, you know. And there's another one by Darwin. It's his latest short called a Wilted Leaf, and that one I can show you two different how should I say, trailer. One is the complete one, and another one is without the sound, so you can hear the difference, like what the music does. So do you want to can I share it or
José, ¿en qué habíamos quedado? Ibas a dejar de fumar.
Toro.
Confía en mí. La vida es corta. Pásatelo bien. Vive este momento al máximo. Porque es único. Es eterno. Pero qué guapa estoy.
José, ¿en qué habíamos quedado? Ibas a dejar de fumar.
Confía en mí. La vida es corta. Pásatelo bien. Vive este momento al máximo. Porque es único. Es eterno. Pero qué guapa es.
muy distinto, muy bueno.
So now all of a sudden you can feel what the characters are feeling just with the music. You probably don't pay attention to it unless it's gone. So so what do you guys think?
Oh, beautiful. I will translate. Esto. Espere por las emociones. Bueno, dice que generalmente uno no siente la falta que hace la música hasta que en realidad te das cuenta pues que esta está completamente fuera de la película. Por eso nos muestra este tráiler de Darwin, yo creo un gran amigo del canal. Hola Darwin. Se va a unir a lo que se vea en la pantalla. Entonces dice ella que eso es lo que destaca sus trabajos. Y pues nos muestra lo que hizo con Darwin, con Sven Gunnar, y dice que el tráiler de Sven Gunnar sin música hubiera sido simplemente pues un tipo riéndose, una serie de sonidos pues extrañísimos, que no hubieran generado esta atmósfera, que ella dice, más que atmósfera, es como que la música se funda hasta el momento que digas, ah bueno, pero ahí había música, que no lo sientes hasta que la música es que se va.
Sí.
Wow,
Wow.
eso es una excelente respuesta.
Muchas
Claro,
gracias.
unas comparaciones muy buenas.
For Feathers to Fly, that one, that was actually my very first music video. And what happened was we spent so much time recording, and I just decided, let's just record the session. So that's what we did. We actually record the sound first. And then at the end, when the cinematographer showed up, then that's when we film the musicians playing. So what you're hearing right now in the music video, that's already pre-recorded sound. And when we're filming, they are just acting. They're acting and playing. So that's the only way to get the best sound. So it's not live. So that's for Feathers to Fly. So I didn't have to do that much on that Feathers to Fly because it's just 2 rooms, one for the musician and another one is piano room. So it's all about the editing. So the director from Speak Softly, he's actually the one, Cooper, he's the one that edited my film. So I would tell him, okay, when the certain instruments is playing the melody, then the camera will have to cut to that person. So I didn't have to do as much on that one. And because Cooper, he's really good at cutting things. So, and for Solitary is a little different. And I can show the video if you want. And that one I participated a little bit more. So do you want to translate the Feathers to Flight first, and I can talk about Solitary?
Yes, I will translate.
Right.
Ella lo que decidió fue que se hicieran solo 2 tomas. La toma de los músicos de cuerda y la toma de ella en un cuarto parte del piano. El editor fue Cooper Pagano, el mismo director de Speak Softly, pero que también, y ella lo que hizo fue grabar primero y después esperó al cinematógrafo para, o sea, en realidad lo que usted está viendo son actuaciones, ellos no están tocando ahí, no fue hecho en vivo, porque esa es la mejor manera de obtener el sonido. Eso es de ese lado, pero pues ella me pidió el favor de que trabajara esto, y ahora sí no voy a hablar de Solitary.
Now for Solitary, another music video is a little different because not only was I playing or recording, and I was also doing aerial hoop. So that I did spend a lot of time on that. And we actually have I brought in a director. His name is Alex Linares. He is the one that directed the shoot because I was very busy being the acrobat flying in the air, so I wasn't able to direct. So I need somebody else to direct. So my job will be just maybe directing, I want the light to be this way, I want the fog, but the rest, the other director pretty much was running the shoot. So I can share the video if you guys want. And for this one, it took a long time probably 1 month. Me and my friend Jess Anderson Nguyen, he actually owns a studio, and he teach acrobatic dance things. So we practiced maybe 3 times only, and then we did a shoot because it was during Thanksgiving time and we didn't have much time to practice. So yeah, we rehearsed and we made the choreography together. And I love dancing. So to me, this is very special to me, because I always want to combine dance and art together. So yeah, I will show you the video in a moment, but go ahead.
Apenas me lo escribió. En este sí tuvo un trabajo mucho más complejo, en Solitary, porque en este video ella no solo dirige, sino interpreta, sino que también hace la danza acrobática aérea. Duró 3 meses ensayando, ella le fascina bailar. Dice que la demora fue porque su compañero y su instructor pues estaba haciendo unos trabajos de Día de Gracias y no tenía tiempo y ella quería que quedara perfecto. Ella invitó a otra persona llamada Les Linares porque ella le dijo, bueno, quiero la iluminación así, quiero los efectos de niebla así, pero yo me voy a concentrar completamente en mi danza. Entonces creo que esto es digno de ver, así se acaba el tiempo.
Veámoslo.
Let's show it.
Sí, vamos.
I wanna see
Flora.
I wanna see the dance.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. So that one, yeah, took, I mean, I really love dancing. So now I'm not professionally trained. It's just a hobby of mine. So that's, I always wanted to fuse my own music with dance. So that's why, I really want to make this music video happen. And I have some bloopers actually. And the last trick that you saw where my friend Jessica was holding me on the neck, that one was very hard to do because I have to get trained to be able to hang like that with my neck. So first, I have to, of course, not eat as much because she has to hold me. So it was one of those things where I have to have really good diet for a while before the shoot because I don't want her to drop me. So, but she's really strong. I have to give her credit, and she, she's a dancer. She actually helped me with a lot of movements because I'm not so familiar with a hoop. So she actually trained me to get ready for the music video. So I can show you a blooper on on my Instagram if you guys want to see it, and it's really funny. So
Yes, ¿quieren ver los bloopers?
Primicia del canal. Oh my god.
Por-
He's okay.
Correcto.
you can hear us breathing because it's tiring. That was it. All right.
La última toma en la que ves esto, la del sostiene el cuello, solo para esa toma, Flora necesitó hacer una dieta especial porque en realidad, o sea, pues en realidad la está sosteniendo el cuello y no quería que le dejara caer. Entonces imagínate que
Oh
hubiera
my
tenido
god.
de peso o eso. Flora no es una bailarina profesional, o sea, todo eso lo hizo como aficionada. No me imagino.
Wow.
Wow.
I was telling them that you tell me that you are not a professional dancer, that you are doing it for hobby. Oh my God, that was amazing.
Thank you. Well, I'm not professionally trained dancer, but I have been just dancing as a hobby, and I work out like Darwin, actually. So it's just, for fun, but I'm not a professional dancer. I have some, competition background, but I can't say I'm professionally trained. But I think I am, physically because I work out, I keep myself in good shape. So for me, it was hard. It was still hard, but it wouldn't be as hard as somebody who never had dance experience. So on that, I would say, because I dance as a hobby, that probably helped. So yeah.
As a terrible dancer, that was amazing.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah.
Ok, sí dice que no, que ella digamos, ha participado, pero que lo hace como hobby y eso le permitió hacer eso. Yo le dije que pues yo siendo un terrible bailarín no sería capaz, pero bueno, continúe.
Bueno, dos últimas preguntas, Flora, que la verdad sí son muy interesantes. Bueno, me gustaría hablar sobre el largometraje de Brand Luz. Brand Luz hizo una historia totalmente muy buena que es Blue Sky on Mars. Y también la musicalización que hiciste sobre The Sanctuary. Sanctuary, que está dirigido por Alan Kool. Me gustaría que hablase sobre esas dos grandes historias de cómo fue esa composición.
Sure. So the Blue Skies on Mars is actually my first feature film. So that was, also very special to me because I got this job from Craigslist. It was an anonymous post. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Craigslist. It's a site where you can post whatever job help wanted, or you are selling things. So basically, I went on the website and I found that listing, and I didn't know what it was about. Just very briefly. So I applied, and then a few weeks later, I got a response from the director saying that, I'm gonna send you the whole film, but you have to send me a demo. So just pick a scene that you want to do and show me your best take on that scene. So that's what I did. And then I sent it back, and I didn't hear from him for a while. So I just figure I probably didn't get the job. So another few weeks later, I heard back from the director saying that I was like one of the top 10, but he's still deciding. So, and then later on, top 10 become top 3, and then it became top 1. So I was
Yes.
so happy that I got it because one of my um, colleague, he also applied for the same job, but he didn't get it. So I was happy. I didn't think I would get it, but maybe my music actually shows that you fit the film best. A lot of times, I want to tell other composers that if you don't get picked for the job, it doesn't mean you're not good. It's just mean maybe this sounds fits better. So it doesn't mean you're not good. You just have different taste. So not saying my other friend didn't get it means he is not a good composer. He's a wonderful composer. But maybe the director likes what I did better. So it's different taste in music. So and then I also, after I did the film, I went to Canada. I didn't know the director was from Canada. So because on the Craigslist that he just keep everything straight up, he doesn't say where he's from. He just said, this is the story and looking for composer, and that's it. So it was from Canada. So when I got the job, it was like weird time zone. And then he says, oh, congratulations, you got the job. And I was so happy. And doing the film, it was a journey because it was a feature. So that means it's about 1 hour long of music. So it was like a full-time job for at least 1.5 months. And then eventually when we finished, I flew to Canada for the premiere. So I actually have a track to show you. It's I would say one of my best tracks in this movie. And the album did receive a lot of awards. So go ahead and translate.
Ok, John, igual me pide, bueno, hablando de Blues que son más, me pide el favor que traduzca porque ella me va a mostrar uno de los mejores tracks. Este álbum ya ha ganado premios incluso. Es una locura porque ella publicó en Craigslist. Craigslist es una página en Estados Unidos para aplicar a trabajos. Habían escrito, se necesita, sí, no, un compositor para un proyecto fílmico. Ella envió su pieza. Le respondieron y le dijeron, ella aplicó, mentiras, pero le respondieron, listo, te vamos a pasar esta escena, más música. Hizo la música esa escena y pasaron meses, creo que 3 meses. Y digo, bueno, listo, no me dieron el trabajo. La llamaron y dijeron que está en el top 10, luego que en el top 5 y después que fue escogida. Y es increíble porque en eso incluso había aplicado un amigo y el amigo no quedó. Ella le dice a los compositores que no es que seas un mal compositor, simplemente tal vez tu pieza no se ajusta a lo que busca el cliente. Ella no sabía que era un largometraje y que era en Canadá. El director la llamó y después ya viajó a Canadá en un tiempo muy extraño, dice. Le dijo que no, esto es un filme largo y ella tuvo que trabajar por 1 mes y medio porque es la primera, era más de 1 hora de música, no era un cortometraje, era más de 1 hora de música. Y nada, que ella viajó después a la premiere, fue su primer largometraje, por eso es muy especial. Y nada, nos va a mostrar. Show us.
So this particular track is more romantic. So romantic and sinister at the same time. because it was about just this particular scene is about a girl. She was really upset because she just had an argument with her parents, and she ran away and ran to her boyfriend's apartment. And so then they started to get intimate, and that's the scene.
And that's it.
Lo increíble es que en esa pieza que nos muestra, la escena, pues yo no sé qué se estaría imaginando, pero la pieza dice que es entre siniestra y melódica porque la protagonista, bueno, spoiler, se pelea acá con la familia y después va a la casa del novio y se vuelve íntimo, pero pues, ¿qué clase de intimidad sería? Porque miren cómo va la pieza. Listo, de ahí como un pequeño sneak peek. Now tell us about the sanctuary, this project.
So the sanctuary, I actually found the listing on IMDb. So they weren't looking for a composer then when they were posting it. But when I saw that they were casting, I, took a leap of faith and just, contacted the director. And he was actually looking for a composer. He just didn't, get a chance to post that yet. So then, we started talking and I show him some of my past projects. So then as soon as they finished their shoot and rolling into the post-production, and then I start taking things over. And I can show you the trailer. This is a horror film, and it's more like a story, how should I say it? Like Disney, but horror film. So it has a lot of music. It's very orchestral. So it's very different than Sven Gunnar, which is more gore. So, all right, let me share this real quick. And
Mr.
special about him? What do you do?
Well, let's just say you wouldn't want to share a cell with him.
Who did you do?
No, we...
This is Warren Clark calling from St. Mary's. We're gonna need some help out here.
We have a killer on the loose, and this killer appears to have a handgun.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Is it really awful? Is it bad? Makes me nervous. We still don't know anything about him. So he's evasive. I don't trust anyone who won't look me straight in the eye.
Oh, Harley, you're too suspicious for your own good.
Well, we'll see.
But did they tell you how he did it? First they were having sex, and then what does he do but cut her up real bad? Leave her to bleed out in the tub.
Edna, we got trouble.
Don't I know it?
Crazy, you're insane!
What did you call me? Edna? Harley? Sheriff Fields?
Whoa.
That one was a really fun feature film because, like I said, storytelling. So it's basically an older gentleman is talking about the story of the young man, escape and killing people to a group of young kids. So this is the story that he tells. So that's why I said it's kind of like a storytelling type of a movie narrative. So this guy is talking about basically the main character escaped from the prison and then went to the first house that he saw, which is this old couple. And then things start to get really ominous from there. And there's a plot twist where you would think that the guy that escaped is a bad guy, but it's actually not. It's the older couples that were the bad guys. So yeah, it was really quite fun, quite interesting.
Oh,
So
spoiler alert, don't worry. Don't worry.
Okay.
It will be a secret. Just
That's a secret, yes.
okay.
Yeah. So I know that was the last question, but I think earlier you were asking me on how I kind of make music to describe different emotions, different feelings and stuff, So I do have other tracks to show you. It's not always orchestral. So the stuff that I've shown you so far has a lot of strings. You can hear the melody, but it's not always like that. So if you want, I can show you a couple of examples.
Bueno, John, lo bueno es que acá Flora nos dice que sabe que se viene la última pregunta, pero ella dice que tiene piezas que incluso no son orquestales, pero bueno, vamos con The Sanctuary. Acá hay un spoiler. ¿Lo hago? ¿Sí lo hago?
Claro.
Bueno, listo, no importa, igual la quiero ver. Dice que ella aplicó, no fue que aplicara, sino que supo sobre la búsqueda de un compositor para esta cinta, y ella tuvo un salto de fe y dijo, listo. El director después dijo que sí, que de hecho estaba buscando a una persona que compusiera. Acá es muy distinto a Sven de Darwin, porque en vez de ser gore, el gore que tú sabes que maneja Darwin, esta es una historia que en realidad parece una historia, miras, pero ¿por qué no? Una historia casi de Disney, versión terror. Aquí viene el spoiler. Se supone que este señor que aparece al principio contando la historia, pues narra los sucesos de esta persona este muchacho en la capucha, que por cierto quiero que le compartan después, si ven a ella, este muchacho, y obviamente los cortos que quieran decir, este muchacho es Cap, está asesinando a las muchachas, pero bueno, aquí en el plot twist, los asesinos en realidad son los abuelitos.
What the fuck?
What the fuck, sí,
Ah.
yes, yo como que, what?
Oh,
Sorry. Okay, the last question is defined in one word. This is a very tricky question. Your word in toad from Neal O'Bryan and Nocnitsa from Thurman.
Yes, those are the two that I wanted to share.
Yes.
So I do different styles, and I'm gonna share Nocnitsa first, that one, and it's not this is not the trailer, but I just cut like a portion and plus the ending because it has one of my tracks in it. So this one, Nocnitsa is about sleep paralysis. So when you sleep and then all of a sudden you can't move and you feel like maybe a demon is holding you down. So this is what the short is about. So I'm gonna share with you on this one. So this one, majority of the movie doesn't have much music. It's more synth. So you're gonna hear more synthesizer and sound design. The music only comes at the end when the credits start rolling. So let me share with you on this one right now.
Oh my god, no.
Please, no.
No puedo dormir hoy.
Come on, you can do it. Okay, it's art.
I am already on my bed.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, está genial. No.
It is of my child.
Wow.
I can say one more time that was fucking amazing.
No. Eso la quiero ver.
All right. So you can the sound that you heard is actually a lot of sound design. And the track at the end, the credit that I want to show you because that track is inspired by some sound from Stranger Things on Netflix. So that's where I got the inspiration from. So
Good.
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Este track que nos va a mostrar está inspirado en Stranger Things.
oh.
Yeah, this is also, it looks like CGI, but it's not. This is an actual girl. Like they put makeup on her and dress her up. So it's not CGI. This is a real actress.
No es efectos de computadora, es maquillaje.
Wow. César, me encanta ya esto. Esto es de César, esto es campo de César.
Sí, se veía muy genial, muy creepy.
No, de hecho, John, acá me adelanto. Ella nos va a compartir una pieza de Nocnitsa. Ya mismo. Yo,
por favor, Nocnitsa.
I know, Flora, that you're going to share it, but John asked you that please share us a piece.
Por favor.
I'm going to do a toe. So that one is it's not a trailer, but it's more like I'm showing you how I was recording some of the sounds because it's very contemporary. So the sound is not very conventional. So let me share screen on this one. This one is really fun because it took them a long time to film the animation because you can see every movement takes time and then they have to move the hair and record it. So and I'm actually quite impressed with the work that they have done.
John, aquí lo increíble es que ella nos va a mostrar cómo hizo los efectos de sonido y al ser una animación, cuadro por cuadro, pues obviamente tú sabes que toma mucho tiempo hacer todo, entonces ya se mezclan con esos elementos.
Oh my god. Esto es de César. Esto es ambiente de César.
So that one, yeah. So the wind sound, it's all layers of my voice, different layers, and then I combine them together, so it makes that whooshing sound, and then the clapping. That's I have to record all of that. So that was a really fun project to do. Go ahead.
No, the favor I want to ask you is I am helping a friend that got a film festival from horror. John will share you later the like description of that, so if you want, because this project needs to be shown. My God, that's genius.
Yeah.
And it reminds me some kind to the work from Akira Yamaoka. It's this ambient. It's, oh my God, Flora, you're a genius.
Thank you. Well, I think it's all about teamwork, so, a lot of times I know you're giving me credit because I'm a composer, which I appreciate it, but, it's all about working together with the group, with talented people. And I can't say I'm good alone. It's more like everybody else, everybody work together so we can get to that place, and then we keep on improving. So, yeah.
Bueno, le dije que le compartan después lo del Festival del Grito. Esto que tienen que ver en los festivales de cine. Por
Claro
Dios.
que sí.
Dos, que ella dice que, porque yo le dije que eso me recuerda un poco a lo Akira Yamaoka, ¿no? El ambient, pero él dice que ella dice que hay que hablar del trabajo de equipo. Ella puede decir que es una gran compositora, pero tiene que hablar de todo lo que hace su equipo.
Muchas gracias por esta oportunidad.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad. I'm so happy to share music with you guys, because a lot of times post-production people don't get as much recognition because we're not on screen. So I'm very happy, all of you guys invited me here. So thank you. Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Gracias, porque nunca se habla del rol de la postproducción. Entonces, es genial que se hable del rol de las composiciones y todo. Que pues muchas gracias. Flora, this will be on 2 channels, so that will be amazing.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Have a good day.
Bye.
Ya saben, en la Sunpuliche Interview con Jhon Jatenjor los invita a suscribirse, darle me gusta, compartir y disfruten de estas grandes entrevistas inéditas a las grandes celebridades del séptimo arte a través de las traducciones simultáneas del inglés al español y del español al inglés y muchas curiosidades más.